Alright guys, so today I'm going to do a quick video on planks. So you've probably seen a lot of people doing planks, you've probably done a plank before, and you've heard that planks are a great exercise for your core or your abs. So I'm just going to address, I feel like a lot of people don't really understand planks, how to properly do them, where to put them in your program, how long to hold them for, and how to progress through things. So I'm going to try to be quick and just make a video on like how to properly program a plank and how to actually perform the hold. Okay, so the secret to doing a good plank is being very, very deliberate with how you do it. So a lot of people will set a timer, some sort of goal, like I'm going to hold it for a minute, 2 minutes, and they'll just pop up there and they'll just hold and just hang on until their timer's up and then they'll drop. But the key to doing a really good plank is it's not what your plank could do for you, but what you do for your plank. So it's really one of those exercises that you get more out of it when you put more into it. So I'm going to explain it when I demonstrate, but the more tension you create and the more deliberate you become with how you're holding your body will give you more benefit out of your plank. So what you don't want to do is just simply say, I'm going to hold for X amount of time and I'm just going to pop up and just hang out and suffer until my plank is over. Alright guys, so when I do my plank right now, I'm going to give you 3 areas to focus on in terms of creating tension. Okay, so when you get up into a plank position, it is all about breathing while creating tension. So it's not just about how long you can hang on, it's about how tense you could get when you're in the right position. So the 3 points to focus on is going to be your hands, your stomach, and your thighs. Okay, so what you're going to do is, picture a typical, we're going to do a low plank. So you're going to put your elbows onto the ground directly under your shoulders, and this is where you're going to start to create some tension with your hands. So you're going to squeeze your hands just like you have a stress ball or something that you're trying to squish, and you're going to set up your elbows and squeeze your hands. Okay, from there you're going to kind of punch your legs back. So you're going to shoot one leg back and the other leg back. So the other point of tension will be in your thighs. So once you get your legs back here, you're going to continue squeezing your hands, but you're also going to squeeze your legs as straight as they possibly go. So you're going to create as much tension as you can in your thighs. Okay, last point's going to be your stomach. So once you have tension in your hands and in your thighs, you're going to act like someone's going to punch you in the stomach and you're going to brace it as hard as you possibly can. Once you have these 3 points of tension created, so hands, thighs, stomach, you're going to try to keep that tension and breathe. And you're going to try to create more tension as you're in the set. So as you're breathing, squeeze your hands, squeeze your legs, squeeze your stomach. Squeeze your hands, squeeze your legs, squeeze your stomach. And with each breath, kind of while you're exhaling, try to squeeze all of those things harder, harder, harder. And instead of going for time, kind of count your breaths. So I'm going to do 5 breaths where on the exhale, I'm going to squeeze as hard as I can. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze my hands, I'm going to squeeze my legs, and I'm going to squeeze my gut. And I'm going to take 5 breaths, and on the exhale, I'm going to get tight, 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 tight. Then I'm going to breathe in again, get even tighter, even tighter. 5 breaths, 8 breaths, 10 breaths. You can increase it as you get a little bit better and kind of start to go about it that way. So guys, again, the plank is really about how stable you could become. So stability is where you're able to control a movement and eliminate any unwanted movement. So in a plank, you want to be perfectly flat. And like I said, it's all about creating that tension throughout the set while continuing your breath and not necessarily how long you can just hold that position. So to progress it, you would start to add some movements. So to keep this video on the shorter side, I could do a different video going into more progressions where you add a little bit of movement while trying to keep that same tension and hold kind of that same core position. But so start to think about it like in terms of your program, I would personally put them at the end of a workout. So you do a warm-up, your warm-up should be more geared towards mobilizing your joints, starting to get your body temperature up and your heart rate up and preparing to exercise. Then after you do some of your core lifts or your other exercises, end your workout trying to breathe deeply, get into your plank position, and just start to train your core for a little bit more strength, a little bit more endurance, and trying to get better at holding these positions and creating a little bit more body awareness and staying very, very tight. But the important thing is when you're creating tension and staying tight, you need to still be able to breathe and keep your airflow going. So that's a good thing to practice while you're in a plank is like, I'm going to get really tense, but I'm also going to breathe. I'm going to keep air going in and out, but at the same time, I'm going to be very, very tense and I'm going to control my body and make sure nothing nothing is moving, and I'm just perfectly tense and still and able to hold that position.